Yeah, so one day I was just reading this article and I found that COVID was hitting the low income families much more harder than high income families. And I thought about like how sometimes my Wi-Fi would cut out. And then I thought about like families in RV homes or something like that, where they don't even have Wi-Fi. So it's really hard for them to stay engaged with school. And I had been volunteering with this organization called RPM, Reach Potential Movement, to tutor kids and provide supplies. So this is where like I came up with the idea that, oh, we could give uh, groceries, we could give them school supplies and like books to help them stay engaged with school and really just uh, make them happy. So I feel like for the local community, it has helped the kids to stay involved with school, of course, and it also inspired more subsequent bookshelf projects and raised awareness about the problem. So an example is we actually did another bookshelf project about 2 months ago, and that was like because of the success of the first one. I think working together with my family and friends was really fun because we got to like paint the bookshelves and organize all these like supply kits and grocery bags. And also like meeting the families and the kids too. So like this one time when we went to the RV park, there was this one kid who was walking over and like the bookshelf has their name on it. So she saw it and she was like so happy and that just made my day because I was like, wow, making these kids happy is like really cool. Creating a budget, which is really important for buying the bookshelves and the school supplies and the food. And I also learned how to communicate with other volunteers. So I had to like make a spreadsheet and email these volunteers to organize the days and the days that we were handing out the bookshelves. The bookshelf project really inspired me to keep doing these types of projects. And I actually regularly volunteer with RPM. I actually volunteered last week for the grocery handouts. And it also showed me empathy to think about the impact on these less privileged people and show me that I have like a responsibility as a person who like has more privilege than them to help them. So like my interest was to promote literacy to the kids. So I really think that by asking RPM to like try and identify these families that need help the most, and for RPM providing a place for us to actually build the shelves, that was really key in going through the project and actually making everything work out. So that was probably really important for the success of the project. I was wondering like how we can prioritize like these families who need it more because I feel like there are a lot of families who are like living in these apartment complexes and apartments, or I mean RV homes, and the families that we were targeting were more of the Latinx people, and it's really hard for them because the Wi-Fi they don't really have that, and also the language barrier, which is a huge thing because a lot of the kids don't speak English, so it's really hard for them to stay engaged with school. There was also another question where I was wondering how we can introduce technology to these kids, because I mean, computers and like using online resources is becoming more important for the future. So, like, if we can help these kids to learn how to code or do something like that, that would be really helpful. I think we can make this project like a regular event, especially since like we've already done it a second time. I think it's easy to like continue to do this because we already have found the families. And also, currently I'm trying to apply for a grant to set up like a computer camp to help the kids. So we were thinking like maybe giving them Chromebooks if we get the grant, and then teaching them like the basic functions of computers and also like a short coding class. I noticed that for So we published like a YouTube playlist with a lot of the book recordings on it, and we needed to get the publisher's copyright permission. So I think if we started that earlier, it would have been a lot easier because like we didn't really figure out until the very end that we needed to have like this permission on the videos, and also a more detailed project plan because if we had deadlines and assigning people jobs, it might have been more helpful. And it will also be helpful in the future if I would like to delegate even bigger projects. Okay, so this is when we were packaging the supply kits and a lot of like the toiletry stuff. So like there's diapers right here, and then they're packing the supply kits right there. This was actually at the apartment complex. So you can see like the bookshelves are lined up right here. And basically we would have the families come down from the apartments one at a time for like COVID reasons. And then we would get the soda for them and then their bookshelf and then the book bag too. So that was really cool to see all the families come down. And oh, this is another picture of the bookshelves. We put some like sayings on it, like God loves you, I think was a big one. And then peace, hope, a lot of that stuff. This is the kitchen, and this is where we package the groceries. And yeah, in the kitchen right here, like putting the stickers on the bookshelves. And this was at the RV park. So we carried around like a cooler with the book bags and the bookshelves. And then there's like a little kid right here too. She was really happy when she got the bookshelf too. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you,
Yeah.
everybody.